Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be watching baking videos. So that's what we're going to be watching today. Watch it.
If you're planning a party this summer, you need to make these melting ice cream cake pops. Just mix together cake, frosting and sprinkles, roll into small balls and chill. Add mini cones on top, dip into melted chocolate, then allow them to set. These are so tasty and would be perfect for an ice cream social.
Floral theme because I think that's so pretty for a garden brunch. I just loved this whole idea. I think they're going to be so pretty on the tablescape, and if you can't be extra around a wedding, when can you be? And luckily there were only 8 girls, so it could have been much worse. I decided to do all the decorating first and then go back in at the end and add all the personalized names. I was very grateful that there was no like Elizabeths, because that would have been very hard to squeeze onto these little guys. So very grateful for that, and the writing is always the quickest and most fun part for me. Well, not always, but today it was. But let me know what you think about these little minis, and if this is something you would ever do for an event, because you know what, I think I would. I kind of love it.
By getting 2 cakes, leveled the tops, scraped off the icing, and then mixed it together to use as the filling between the 2 layers. I then stacked them up, added a buttercream icing, and did a crumb coat. Now a crumb coat is good because it seals in all of the crumbs. Then I set it in the fridge to cool, and you know it's set when you can touch it and nothing comes back on your finger. Then I added on the top coat of buttercream and I smoothed it out with my texture tools because that's all I had on hand at the time. I topped it with these white buttercream flowers using a piping bag and a round tip, and then I put yellow mini M&Ms in the middle of the flowers. This is such an easy hack for when you're short on time but want to make an impressive looking cake.
This is wafer paper. Cut your wafer paper in bits like this and attach it to your cake that is not too cold or too soft. You can also use water to hydrate the wafer paper so it can bend. To finish this cake, we folded floral wires on tiny flowers and attached it to the cake. This is one of the many ways you can use the wafer paper on a cake.
it goes like this. I'm gonna hit you hard and you'll need to kiss me. We'll talk for hours and lie on the bed.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow.
Comments. But yeah, like I said, this one was my favourite one. I've done like the OG beige one. I've also done the pink one. I think doing the pink one was really good practice for this cake because I'm super happy with how it came out. I think it all looks really, really clean. It definitely would have been easier to use fondant to cover the cake to get like really straight lines, but I do not cover cakes in fondant. I am very limited in my fondant work, you'll see now. I made this candle out of fondant and these little eggs, and that's as far as my fondant skills go. And here I am piping on the face, and this is definitely my favourite part. This is what makes the cake look like a jelly cat. I think it just looks so cute. And here is this cake.
I hope you're gonna lay it out for me, 'cause I'm backing up to where I used to be. I won't stand for you being on
from or why he's such a staple, but he seems like a gentleman and a scholar. I put a big apple on there that looks maybe a little bit like a tomato. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I also gave everything a face because it's kindergarten. It's cute. And then the rest of the empty space I just filled up with random letters or squiggles. And then the top of the cake I wanted to keep a little more simple with the class pet hamster as the star of the show. And I regret to inform you that I did not get his name. I don't know how I let that slip. Also, this was as hamstery as I could get a blob of icing to look. So hopefully everyone can tell I made some tiny little books out of fondant, and that was it. Let me know what you think.
crumb coat to prepare my cake for the piping. Speaking of the piping, I'm using piping tip 8B, and following those lines that I roughly marked in on my cake, I piped my rainbow piping. I started off with purple down the bottom and pink up the top, and I also covered the entire top of the cake in the pink as well. Seriously, it's so effective, and I am not even finished yet. Once all the colours were done, I piped some clouds around the base of the cake, also added some beautiful sprinkles, and to finish it off, a handmade fondant Care Bear. This is of course the birthday bear, and it is the cherry on top of my rainbow cake, I reckon.
Gay!
But I didn't like how they were turning out, so I scraped them all off and I did it again, but the second time it worked out. So after the rosettes were placed into the cake, I then patched in any of the holes with warm buttercream and then also created a border around the cake. And I also made a cake topper to go with this cake that I designed and used some Cricut to cut out the pieces out using cardstock. And then I layered all the pieces together to complete the cake topper. And now it's time to package the cake up, and the cake topper was a little too tall for the container, so I packaged it separately. Then I began to box the cake up using ribbons to secure it, and then added a bow on top, and that's the smash cake complete.
To her teacher that her birthday wish was just to have a really pretty cake like the one she saw online. Just a pretty cake. That was her whole wish. He described her favorite color as a very specific shade of purple. Not just purple, the exact purple she always pointed to on her tablet. He knew it without hesitating. I gave him my honest pricing, and he went quiet for a few seconds before saying he would figure it out. I spent more time and love on that cake than anything I had made in months. When he arrived to collect it, he opened the box and his whole face just crumbled quietly. He kept saying she is going to lose her mind and laughing while wiping his eyes at the same time. I charged him half price. He tried to argue with me about it. I told him the other half was already handled and to go enjoy his daughter's birthday. This job is so much more than cake sometimes.
Details like this on a cake, so I felt like that was something different for me at least to do, and I just really loved the combination of that with the blues. And I know you guys say you always like watching the real-time clips of writing on the cake, so I made sure to include the whole clip of that. I can't even blame you, it is super satisfying to watch back. I'll probably post the cake that went along with this one tomorrow. I wasn't intending on them to match or coordinate at all because they were completely different themes, but they ended up coordinating so well with the browns, and I was really happy with how they turned out. I know I say this at the end of every video, but I feel like this cake turned out so pretty.